So I just wanted to update you on how things are going with the mobile detailing business. I've been at it now for a few months and it has been a very exciting few months. Started at the end of April, we're coming into August, so can't believe how quickly time flies. And it has been a very exciting journey. There's been so much going on as I'm learning this trade and really getting exposed to a lot in the industry. It's allowed me to have some very cool experiences. I'm learning so much, trying to soak in everything I can about better crafting my skill at what I'm doing, on the detailing side, but also really learning the business side of things and how to operate and all of that. So, like I said, lots going on. Been very packed filled full of great things and learning so much. It's allowing me to have these cool experiences from different things that I'm able to be a part of. I've met some absolutely amazing people in the community, right? Of detailing, from other detailers to supplying companies to customers, and it has been an absolute win-win all the way around. And so lots of great things taking place. Currently, I'm still working on finishing setting up, the business. I've got insurance, we've got LLCs. Just recently worked on some new designs for some work shirts, and I'm working on a hat with a custom, embroidery on it. Just recently did a custom embroidery shirt to have a really nice like polo shirt because I have plans of, going into local businesses. I'm going to put a little presentation together with a packet to introduce us and hopefully gain some business through the businesses around town. I really do want to market to some bigger offices and, again, really offer our services to some of the bigger offices in town. So working on a lot of stuff with that right now. As far as everything on the structure side of the business, again, we're insured. We've got the LLC. I'm just waiting to go and apply for a business license, and that'll be that over there. Recently got some new equipment as well to work on the fully mobile setup, because right now I'm not currently fully mobile. It's yes and no. I have certain things, but I want to be able to do a detail in the middle of the parking lot anywhere, right? So recently got a water tank. I just ordered parts to get it all plumbed. That will be coming this weekend. I want to get a piece of plywood so that way I can put it in the back of the truck and then mount everything to them. Recently just purchased a generator, so again I can have power anywhere I go to be able to do customers' vehicles, such as why I wanted to go do these offices and be able to take care of their vehicles while the employees are at work. So getting some parts for the water tank setup. Knock on wood, I'm hoping and praying that this weekend I will have that set up. I'm still not going to have to kind of, see how things are working and, test stuff. Still got to fill up the water in the tank. But my hope is to have kind of everything put together this weekend in the back of the truck to really get to that next stage with that process. And so, other than that, just really working on marketing right now, working on trying to figure out how to better market myself. I'm in Facebook groups. I'm, advertising in on Instagram, things like that. I do want to see about getting into like the ad space as well, so really trying to learn that from Google Ads to Facebook to Instagram. So that's going to be like one of my next big steps, really kind of looking at all that, trying to understand it more, how it all works, right? Let's see. So other than that, though, again, really want to focus too on the business side of things. Really, trying to learn how to track everything, what softwares, I should be using to track this, track that. And so, again, there's quite a bit going on, but it's all very, very exciting stuff. This is really teaching me a lot about, certain things and managing, my time, money, being more diligent on tracking things, to really understand the business more, because again it's like we've got expenses going here, going there, and if things aren't getting tracked right, then then it's hard to know what's going on. If you're making money, if you're losing money, if we're breaking even, and so forth. Also, recently had our very great friends and neighbor's son getting a chance to detail with us. And so that was a super cool experience. Going to be looking to have him come back on some future details. I've got my son too that currently works on some of the jobs. A lot of this too is really just learning how to, manage a crew, right? Learn to put systems in place, because eventually the idea will be, to have somebody in place who can do the details, right? Like my son, get some other technicians to be out there doing the vehicles. That way I could step to the side and work on marketing, bringing customers in and all of that. And I know the sooner I start putting and delegating things and putting people in those places, that which allows me to step to the side to work on the business itself, the quicker I can get to the point where we get scale, and the company can make more money. So those are a few things that I'm working on. I've done some training recently, getting certified with IDA, the International Detailing Association, as a detailer. I just recently started to learn some other skills such as ceramic coating and paint correction, and a lot of different things to help push what I can offer to our customers. I have another training coming up this weekend that's going to be more focused on the business side. So again, kind of just a little window of like where we're at right now, what things that I'm currently working on, and again, the next steps that I've got in mind. So hopefully be fully mobile by this weekend, and I'm really going to make a big push, for customers. That's one big thing I'm really learning a lot, is how to market, the best way to get our name out there. And so just running through some different ideas of, what to do next. But again, I think the ad space is kind of what I'm looking at, paid ads. So, all learning stuff, right? There's a lot to understand, a lot to know. The only way to get better at these things is by doing. So very excited for all of these things that I am learning along the way. It's teaching me a lot of different things about a lot of different stuff. And so ultimately, again, in just a short few months of us in this business, it's been very exciting. Things have been moving very quickly, and things have been growing quite quickly, right? So really just trying to, figure things out as we go. So that's kind of an update of where we're at with the business right now. Kind of again, what my next step is really working on the marketing, and, still constantly just trying to better my craft, understand, even the science behind the products, and why certain things work the way they work, and really try to understand, you know, again, our products better, right? That we are using. That way I have better knowledge of understanding how certain chemicals are reacting to, certain materials of vehicles, right? So, there's a lot of that's going on too, really trying to study that. But, all in all, everything is going good. Really excited to see what's ahead of us. Really starting to think ahead though right now at, how we're going to keep ourselves busy in the wintertime, because even though it's still summer, right, that will be coming soon enough. And so really just trying to figure out what our game plan. But yeah, as you can see, lots of good things and cool things going on, learning a lot of new stuff, really just trying to figure out how to better my craft, how to better our systems, how to market better, how to get better on the business side of things, and all of that. And truly do look forward to seeing what the next step is. Again, one of the best parts of all of these is just the experiences I've been able to have with this, from everybody I've met along the way, from customers to other detailers to the community of the detailing space. I've had some amazing folks that I've gotten a chance to meet, such as the president of P&S, which is like the hugest, product in the detailing space. Mr. Bob Phillips, who, actually trained us on some detailing stuff. And then Mr. Rennie Doyle, who is a master level detailer and details things such as the Air Force One. So, just cool stuff. And I'm like, this is only a few months in, so really look forward to seeing where we're going to be a few months from now. So just wanted to share again a bit with what's been going on, where we're at, what the next move is. And I'll kind of keep you posted, as we go through our journey here with our detailing business.